everybody, I'm Mai Tran, and we are here in Woburn, Massachusetts at the Holiday Inn for the Masters Sports Football Clinic to hear the one, the only Pat Downey, founder of Gridiron Training, to speak, do his motivational speech, and also explain to us how A Champion is Made by Mark Zapola and Steve Cardillo is a must-read for all parents and teenage athletes of all ages. So without further ado, come on in with me so that we can hear Pat Downey.
7-year pro career, played in NFL Europe, played with the Falcons, spent time with the Patriots, played with the Washington Redskins. As a strength and conditioning coach, he held that position with the Philadelphia Soul. He was also an assistant head coach with the Columbus Destroyers of the AFL in arena football. And now he's a founder and owner of Gridiron Training. Help me welcome Mr. Pat Downey.
There is a book that just came out as of Tuesday. It's now available at barnesandnoble.com, amazon.com. This book has been written by two gentlemen who are actually present with us today in this room, and I'm honored to say that because these two gentlemen I have the utmost respect for. One of them is Steve Cardillo. Steve, if you just raise your hand, please. Steve is someone who has over 25 years experience in the strength and conditioning industry, has trained hundreds and hundreds of professional collegiate athletes. I could name some of these big household names, but I'm not going to embarrass him. He's also the founder and owner of Cardillo Weight Belt. Anybody that knows anything about strength and conditioning, knows that Cardillo Weight Belt is the largest weight belt manufacturer in the world. All right, he's more important than his track record, and he's a successful entrepreneur and a businessman. This guy's a great person. And his counterpart, his colleague, who's also here today, Mark Zapola. Mark, if you raise your hand, please. Mark is the author of this book. He co-wrote it with Steve. This book, gentlemen, as a coach and as a father, I'm going to tell you right now, is a must-read. I am so let's put it this way. I've never been more passionate about something in my entire life as I am about this book. This book, gives you, and I can speak as a father, I have two young boys, gives you everything that you need to know, about what it takes, to lead a bunch of young men. All the way from showing them proper strength and weightlifting mechanics, like fundamentals, foundational exercises, to nutrition, to life skills. It breaks it down to chores, how to shake a man's hand and look him in the eye. Something that, let me tell you, by the way, is a lost art these days. I get the cold fish all day, and I'm working on it. I believe one thing I do at Gridiron Training, and I try my damnedest, sometimes I don't get it all the time because I'm on the floor, is I believe in the whole meet and greet, the dog theory, I call it. Every time you guys that are dog owners in this room right now, listen, I had a dog, my wife and I had a Rottweiler. My wife would never come to the door to greet me, but my dog always did. And don't kid yourself, I always hook that guy up in the middle of the night when I get up to make myself a peanut butter. I believe in that same thing when I Gridiron Training. As much and whenever I can have the ability, I go right to the door and greet my guys. No, people in life want to know you care and they want to hear your name. What I'm talking about with this book and how it correlates to that is this teaches your young men life skills, teaches them leadership, it's all life stories from former professional athletes. Jerry Cheevers, Hall of Fame hockey goalie for the Boston Bruins, spills his guts in here. We've got guys, Randy Moss, who I know is a touchy subject in this part of but these are all guys that tell their life stories, touch on, and Vernon Crawford's in this book. Vernon Crawford is in this book, These guys dig deep, and they talk about their life stories and what it took for them to be successful in life. And this is more than just the physical, although it's the focus, but it's about helping, recruiting, all these things, but it touches on everything. And so, one thing that I know, and I already listed it, but proper weight training for youth and high school football players, fundamentals, proper nutrition, get out of the way here, building self-confidence, life skills, leadership, real life stories from professional athletes, a must read. And so, one thing that I want to say is this: please know at the end of this talk and our deal here, I know that Steve and Mark are going to be here for the rest of the evening. They will make themselves available. I'm not going to use any names, but I will. I'll put one guy. Coach DiBiaso, the head football coach of the Everett Crimson Tide, who I have the fortunate opportunity to work with. They are a client of mine. Coach is making this required reading for his athletes. That's how much he believes in this. That's how much. All right. And again, I just say that as he's one of many coaches that have read this, who's a father and who's a coach, right, and understands the value. This is what we're missing in today's society. We're going back to it. All right. So, yeah. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Steve just made me aware that he will have a book available for everybody in this room. All right, so everybody will get a free book, complimentary book, compliments of Steve Cargill. All right, pretty cool. Pretty awesome. Yeah, give it up.